soul to soul. Your mind is like a giant tree. It needs love to grow real big. Your good thoughts are its best friend. The weeds, they creep in and out. Sometimes they grow all around, but you'll always bear good fruit in the end. As within, so without. As above, so below. As within, so without. As the universe, soul to soul. So only give the best in all you do. 'Cause what you give back to the world will come back to you. As within, so without. As the universe, so the soul.
Thank you so much. Kim Yarson and her son Joe are blessing us today with some music. Thank you everybody for joining us. We're so glad that you are with us today as we live stream from our center with Kim, Joe, and with Theo. My name is Frankie and I'm the spiritual director here at the center. And the theme for July is untethered spirituality. The topic today is 2 truths and 1 lie. And so what I want to talk with you about is about the lies that we tell ourselves, which is usually not a conscious thing. We don't go around saying, I'm going to tell a lie, usually, right? We don't always know that we're telling lies about ourselves. And so it's about becoming aware and together remembering the truth and returning to the truth. So if you're joining us, you're right now either on Facebook Live or on YouTube. We're excited. And so good morning, good afternoon, good evening, because apparently people are from all over the world and they're watching at different times during the day when there's a rebroadcast. We are a Center for Spiritual Living in Morristown, New Jersey. We teach the science of mind. And check out our website at www.cslmorristown.org. Some of you are sitting there saying, I would love to support that community. And so if you really look at the website, you'll see a give button and you're invited to give. Interact with us so that we know that you're here. Ask questions that we can weave into future talks. Say hello, share this, and share anything we post on here with the world on your own wall on Facebook, if you're on Facebook. And touch the bubbles to let us know how you're feeling. And let us know what experience you relate to. So I want to begin with a spiritual mind treatment, which is our word for affirmative prayer, just to set the tone. So right here, right now, I turn from the outer world to the inner world. I turn from the world of conditions and effect to the world of cause and truth already within my heart of hearts. I know here the purest principle, the purest truths exist already, always have, always will. And as I turn to it and surrender to it, I know that life is a blessing and a gift. that I am given everything I need to navigate myself through the world of form in the highest and best ways, that I'm given what I need to feel the healing presence of divine love and light already within me, that I'm called to higher ground in every area of my life and my experience. I trust the divine unfoldment of life itself by being an active participant, giving birth to the truth with a capital T already within me. I am grateful to know this, to know it for myself, to know it for others, to know it for the world, and to have that be the message that brings us together today. And so it is. So we skipped your song. Let's have joy. Let's have some joy.
Joy deep in my soul, got joy from my head to my toes. I want to share it, share it, share it with the world wide web. This joy, a blanket of love for me and you to cover the fears we all go through. Joy, a smile can lighten the dark. Let the sun melt the pain in your heart. You can heal it, heal it, heal it with beams of joy. Let your essence be your guide, connecting you to the divine and smile, smile. Sometimes life kicks you around, but you need to get up, get your feet back on the ground. Got this joy down deep in my soul. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? It's out of control. Wanna share the whole wide world. This joy down deep in my soul. This joy deep in my soul. I got joy from my head to my toes. Joy deep in my soul. I got joy from my head to my toes.
Huge applause. Can you hear it? Can you hear the huge applause in virtual world? It is so wonderful. I'm so happy to have you here. So I think that as I talk today, I want to talk about this idea of truth with a capital T, and how we arrive there as we pay attention to lies that we tell ourselves, and we can notice their lies with how we feel, and then how we transition into making it our truth with a small t, shifting again into the truth. So I have this idea of playing a game with Theo. Theo, you up for playing a game?
Sure.
So, two truths and a lie, which Theo didn't know that game. I
I
learned.
didn't really know.
You didn't know. So you need a mic. So I'm going to
This
tell you.
These are the things that happen when it's live.
So I'm going to tell you 2 truths and a lie, and you have to guess which one is the lie.
A lie, okay.
So I have hobbies. I have lots of hobbies.
Yeah.
And so you need to guess which ones are my real hobbies and which one isn't. I am a knitter. I am a calligrapher. And I do crossword puzzles.
I know that you're a knitter. You love crossword puzzles.
No, I hate crossword puzzles because I don't feel smart enough sometimes that I can do that, but I don't really enjoy them. Give me one.
Let's see. I was once over 300 pounds. My real name is not Theo, it's Thaddeus. And I started going gray when I was 28 years old.
I know this one. His real name is not Thaddeus. Is that true?
That's true, it's
Okay.
not Thaddeus.
Okay, so let's.
It's actually not even Theo.
I didn't know that.
It's Teddy, T-E-D-D-Y.
Teddy. Doesn't he look like a teddy bear?
Teddy bear.
So let's do another one that's a little bit deeper, right? Because that's light and fun and silly. So here's another one that's a little bit deeper. I love myself unconditionally. I love practicing meditation. And I love being in the present moment.
Wow.
Just guess.
The first one is probably the lie.
It's the lie. I have to tell the truth. I don't always love myself unconditionally. I'm learning and I've come a long way, but I'm not there always.
I think we all share that one, maybe.
Yes. How about yours?
Mine are a little bit longer, but they've got great messages here. So, the world really keeps sending me situations that keeps me stuck. It was inside of me going financially bankrupt 10 years ago that I discovered my true abundance. And saying yes to a relationship breakup was the best act of self-love I ever did.
Ooh. I'm just going to guess because I don't know the first one.
The first one? Yes, it's the first one. It's a lie.
See? Thank you, Theo. You're going
welcome.
to hear from Theo later because he's going to take us through a powerful healing practice, a meditative journey, which is such a gift when he brings that. So there is a saying in spiritual circles that says, the truth shall set you free. I mean, I've even seen it in medical offices hanging on the wall. There is a word I'm going to use now. If you don't like swearing words, swearing-ish words, put your fingers in your ears. Because I love the saying that very often comes afterwards, the truth shall set you free, but first it will piss you off. Right? Have you ever noticed when somebody tells you the truth with a capital T, especially in spiritual circles, that we can get pissed off? Well, I believe that when we get pissed off, there's gold there. There's a gold mine of self-discovery, what we think and what we feel and what we believe. Because all of us believe lies that we have been told. Whether it's that we're not smart enough, not good enough, not lovable, loving, loved enough. All those things truly are lies because they're not the absolute truth. So sometimes we get really confused about what are the lies, what is the truth, and what does it all mean? And the idea is to not fight any of it, but just to notice, to pay attention, and to think about it. That means that we have to go into our feeling body. If I'm suffering or if I'm struggling with something, it usually means I am telling myself a lie. Or I believe a lie that somebody has told about me. And so the lies, in a way, are just the veils to the truth. And the more we fight them, the more they seem to become truth. But when we lift them, we have access to the truth in a powerful way. So what is the truth then? Well, in our teaching, we say the principles of our teaching are the truth. that principle is never bound by precedent. I love that. Principle is never bound by precedent. Truth with a capital T is that which is changeless. Love, wisdom, creativity, joy, right? So one of the things that I like to use as a mantra, as a way to remember what truth, capital T, and principle, capital P is to have like a mantra. And we have one in our teaching that's very powerful. It goes like this: there's only one life, capital O. That life is God's life. And if you don't like the word God, change it to love, wisdom, joy. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. And so when we think about it, that there's only one life, that is the life of truth, capital T, the life of principle, the life of that which is changeless, ever present in everyone, everything, everywhere. It is our foundation, it's our basis, it's our home base. That life is God's life. We can call it the life of spirit, the life of the universe, the life of universal law, the life of love. That life is perfect just means it is as it is and as it is, and it's filled with wholeness, completeness, and truth. And that life is my life now. It's your life now. It's never not outside of us. It's always our life. And so I want to share a poem with you by Ibn Arabi, who was an Arab Andalusian Muslim poet and philosopher and author, 12th century. And it goes like this: listen, O dearly beloved, I am the reality of the world, the center of the circumference. I am the parts and the whole. I am the will established between heaven and earth. I have created perception in you only in order to be the object of my perception. If then you perceive me, you perceive yourself. But you cannot perceive me through yourself. It is through my eyes that you see me and see yourself. Through your eyes you cannot see me. Dearly beloved, I have called you so often, and you have not heard me. I have shown myself to you so often, and you have not seen me. I have made myself fragrance so often, and you have not smelled me. Savorous food, and you have not tasted me. Why can you not reach me through the object you touch, or breathe me through sweet perfumes? Why do you not see me? Why do you not hear me? Why? 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 The lies we tell ourselves is, I am not one with spirit. I am not loved. I am not whole, perfect, and complete. I am not blank enough. And it creates a sense of separation, and it creates suffering. We only have to look at the world and see the suffering that is happening right now, that is a veil. And the veil is the veil of separation. The truth behind it is the idea of oneness that wants to be lived and uncovered. And so the first step is to think about not so much the lies, although you will notice them when you go into your feeling body, but what you have made your truth. That is not necessarily the truth. So sometimes we say, well, it's my truth that I wasn't loved as a child. Well, if that's not the truth with a capital T, then it's just something that wants to be made one, wants to be healed, and then that healing wants to be lived. And so it requires that we do a little bit of exploration. And that exploration is a metaphysical, spiritual reasoning that we learn when we're on the spiritual path. It's kind of to check things out. As Thich Nhat Hanh says, Even if you know the truth, check it again. Even if you know the answer, check it again. So we especially have to think about the areas in our lives where we struggle or where we suffer and say, what is the lie, the untruth that I've come to accept as the truth? And how does that want to be changed? The beauty is there's only one life, so all of us are learning this. All of us are evolving. All of us are growing. And all of us are awakening to the truth. And as we awaken to the truth, we don't just reveal it. We then live it. We manifest it. We create our lives around it. We see the world through different eyes. So the journey then is how quickly and how easily can I return to the truth with a capital T, to the principles that I value and believe? What brings me back to my home base of my heart of hearts? I know for me, it is wanting the truth more than anything. I love the saying, and I'm not sure where it comes from, but it's to want the truth as much as a drowning person wants to breathe. How much do you want the truth? It's a good question, right? And then from that place of wanting is the desire to have more awareness around what does it mean to live the truth, to embody the truth, to heal the lies, to dissolve that which is in the way. And sometimes that means that we do more reading or take a class or go to therapy. For some people, what brings them back to the awareness of the truth already within them might be yoga or a walk in nature or playing music or listening to music or experiencing a guided meditation like the one that Theo is going to be doing. And then you make a choice. It's really making a choice. I mean, we have to choose. Am I going to continue living this lie, or am I going to transform it into my truth related to the absolute truth of life? It requires that we set an intention. Right now, I am teaching a new class, which I'll tell you more about later. It's called Flourishing. And what we're doing is we're not just finding ways to flourish and be more abundant and prosperous, but we're looking at what's in the way and how we can dissolve that. And so that's a way of living an intention. It's to practice the principles. And then we live them, we live our lives, and then we'll bump into the lies that we've been telling ourselves, because the world will show us. And we notice. And the more we notice, the more quickly we claim the truth, and the more free we feel. Because freedom is our birthright. Remember, this month is about untethered spirituality, with the experience being more free so that we can be an instrument of the divine and be in service to the greater good. I think we're all noticing that what's happening in the world is that a lot of lies are coming to the surface, and they must be dissolved because they create suffering and separation. And if we can see what the lies are and do our part, then we're making a difference. When I look at the news or when I pay attention to what's happening in the world, I just keep seeing the broken systems. The broken system of systematic racism, separating white from black, brown, indigenous people. That's a system that is the biggest lie that has come to the surface. Good, it needs to be dissolved. Yes, and each of us need to do our part. Injustice. We talk about how we have a justice system. No, it's an injustice system. Let's break that lie down so that we can turn it to true justice. Politics. We've been talking for so long about corruption everywhere. The lie of corruption had to come to the surface so it can be broken down and we can come back to the truth. And we may not see it in our lifetime, but it's ours by knowing the truth, speaking the truth, living the truth. The one that I really laugh at is when I hear the word health care. It's not health care. It's sick care. It's disease care. We live in an economic model where disease care is a big part of the economy because health care is something completely different. It's about focusing on prevention and healthy being, healthy living, healthy truth embodied so that disease, the lie of disease, can be shifted. So of course, now I'm on a pedestal, or what do they call that, on a speaker's stool, just to kind of going off into a different direction. But the invitation is always to notice what you notice when you are watching the news, when you hear the news, to identify the lies, to identify what was your truth with a small t, to decide which one you want to keep and which one you want to dissolve, and to embody more of the universal truth so that healing can happen, not just for us, but for everyone. So, we'll have more music with our beautiful Kim and Joe, and then Theo will take you on a journey.
How can we know the universe is in us? How can we find our purpose in the stars? How do we know we're never alone when we're all so close yet feel so far? When awareness becomes the way, when we embrace this life every single day by getting grounded in simple truths, allowing wisdom to burst on through, we become our every thought, and our every thought is love through our soul and through our heart. That's where we start, by getting grounded in simple truth. People will notice the light we are shining. They'll wonder how they can find this peace. It stirs something deep down, dormant in them. They know that they want to be free. When awareness becomes the way, they embrace their life every single day by getting grounded in simple truths, allowing wisdom to burst on through. We become our every thought, and our every thought is love through our soul and through our heart. That's where we start, by getting grounded in simple truth. Getting grounded in simple truths, allowing wisdom to burst on through. We become our every thought, and our every thought is love through our soul and through our heart. That's where to start, by getting grounded in simple truths, by getting grounded in simple truths, by getting grounded in simple truths.
Beautiful. Thank you. So, we're going to be going into a guided meditation. If you happen to be driving, watch this later. All right, so but for those of you that can, you'd like to close your eyes, let's dive deep. And here we go. Let's focus in on the breath. Might be a little different for those of you who do breathing meditation. So take a deep, slow breath, and at the top of the breath, hold your breath. Keep holding. Exhale and release. And make that beautiful sound as you exhale. Let's do that again. Inhale. Hold. Keep holding. Just notice what you're noticing. Is there tingling sensations? Hold your breath. Exhale. In the holding of the breath, it brings us present to the physical sensations of the body in the present moment. Maybe you feel tingling sensations at your fingertips, or you feel an anxiety feeling in your chest because you want to breathe. Just notice what you're noticing. We're going to do it one more time with a bigger sense of awareness now. Take a deep breath and hold. Maybe you can feel your heartbeat. Exhale. There is a fundamental principle that says you are perfect, whole, and complete right where you are, just as you are. Let's take a deeper look. Do you actually believe that principle? Is there an area of your life where you feel not so whole, not so complete, not so perfect? Pick one and just look. What is it that's not so perfect? What is it that's not so complete? What is it that's not so whole? Identify what it is. Take a deep breath again and hold. Exhale. What did you notice when we brought our focus back to the breath? Did the not so perfect, not so complete, and not so whole disappear in that moment? I assert that the lie that we're telling ourselves has nothing to do with the present moment. It's based on a story or a lie that we've told ourselves that we're not so perfect, we're not so whole, or we're not so complete. And we believed it. But it's coming from a place of our past, or a place of our future that we're trying to live into that we don't think is ever going to happen. And when we focus in right now, that's when we discover that in the present moment, I am whole. I am perfect. I am complete. Take a deep breath and hold. And loudly. The truth is, you are perfect. You are whole and complete right now. There is nothing that you need to do. You are already the living, breathing life of life itself. Take that in. Let that be the principle, the guiding principle of truth that replaces the little lie, the little truth, or the little T that you've been believing. Replace it. Adapt it. Transition it. Transform it. Transmute it to the principle of life. We can do that now. In this new conscious breath that we take. Are you ready? Take a deep breath. And hold. You are strong. You are healthy, whole, complete, perfect, right now, as you are. Exhale, release. And I anchor this moment and this entire day with a spiritual mind treatment, our word for affirmative prayer. Right here, right now, there's something moving, there's something happening, there's something transforming and transmuting in each and every single person in this room and in the world. Our very breath is the thing that connects us to the present moment. I express the gratitude of each and every single person within the sound of this voice speaking. It is life speaking through me, as me. I don't know what is being said, but I know that it's perfect, and it's whole, and it's complete, just as life is perfect, whole, and complete. So thank you. Thank you for this beautiful day that has been created in this present moment. Thank you for this Center for Spiritual Living in Morristown. Thank you for each and every single viewer that is watching. Whether it's a replay or whether it's live, it doesn't matter. Canvassing each and every single space on the globe in the reach of the interweb, the internet. It is all a vibration. And I send that out now in gratitude as we begin to hear another musical melody now, and I just release it and let it go. And so it is. Amen.
And so it is. Oh, Theo. That was amazing. So I love it when Theo does a process and meditative guided meditation. Because this is now captured on film forever, I do invite you to go back and do it again. And it can be one of the tools that you use to bring yourself back to the truth. Just cue it up to when Theo steps up to the mic. So we want to thank you all for being here today in the internetverse. And I'm grateful that Theo is here with me today and helping with the technology as well. And Kim and Joe, that was just so wonderful. We'd love to have you back. Kim is coming out with a children's album sometime soon, so she's just using this quarantine as a way to use our creativity and let it spill over. We have a lot of things happening at the center. If you want to be on our email list and you're not yet, just let us know. And if you are, please read the emails, because every Wednesday right now I'm doing a program called Flourishing, and you can join anytime. It's 5 weeks. Week 2 starts this Wednesday. It's called Flourishing, and the main topic is Giving is Receiving. We have a wonderful group on Zoom from all over the country and Canada. You can still join us, and on Saturdays I do your treatment hour. Just show up and do a treatment request and I will treat for you, either privately or we can do it as a group. And that's at 11 o'clock, of course, Jersey time. We have Zoom social hour after this. If you do not receive our email with the Zoom links, just let us know. We add you to the list, because we are very protective with publishing the Zoom link for security reasons. So if you want to join our Zoom social hour today, just put it right underneath the video today, the live stream, or email me at drfrankie with IE at cslmorristown.org. Also check out our website. It's got lots of good stuff on it. It's a place where you can give if you'd like to support the center from what you've received. And I think that's it. Find us on Meetup, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, lots of places. Everywhere. So have a beautiful day, have a beautiful week. Know you are loved, know you are blessed, know you are whole, perfect, and complete. Right here and right now. And so now we have more music to dance and sing us out.
A little reflective, but that's okay. Sometimes the invisible can bring the world to its knees. But we all have a choice to live in fear and live in peace. Sometimes the invisible can bring us all together, finding new ways to help us all live better. In times of stress, will you rise up? In times of hard, will you give love? There's a time to shine your lights and shine it bright, 'cause that's the only way, the only way to fight the invisible. Ooh. Sometimes the invisible is a prayer for a weary soul who's suffering in silence, feeling so alone. Sometimes the invisible is the crazy thoughts we have when we're too much in our heads and feeling sad. In times of stress, will you rise up? In times are hard, will you give love? There's a time to shine your lights and shine it bright, 'cause that's the only way, the only way to fight the invisible. Ooh. Are you the doubting Thomas who needs to touch to believe? Or are you the blind man that now can see the invisible?